Aquarius, this is going to be your no contact reading. If you so happen to come across this video, trust that there's a message here for you. We have Eight of Wands. Something's aligning. This is about communication. Okay, if you haven't like spoke to somebody, or again, this is a no contact reading, or you're just like in separation and curious, I feel like you're recovering from somebody here. And as you're recovering, things are aligning, messages are coming through. Okay. Yeah, we have the Spirit of Wands. This is more of the Knight of Wands. And the Five of Rings. Okay, recovering. I feel like there was something here where it didn't feel like equal give and take. Maybe you didn't feel heard from this person. It was hard to build or express yourself, or it just didn't feel like a very like strong team. In some way, to where like the spark went out, something with the Ace of Wands, like you feel like you had to reject the situation. And if you feel like you were rejected, I feel like it's just this person wasn't being the team player, so something naturally just went out, to where that can feel like abandonment. That can feel like leaving somebody out in the cold and you picking up the pieces, right? So we're gonna see what's going on here. I do not feel like something, I don't feel like you were rejected. I feel like there was an energy that wasn't like growing in some way. So it was hard to grow with somebody here. Okay. Or it's hard to grow and communicate with somebody here. When I was shuffling your deck, I did see the double energy, but we're going to see what comes out. All right. Let's get right into it. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome, or TikTok. Be careful with scammers. I did open up some personal readings, so you can find the link in the description box below on YouTube and on TikTok on XO Charlie Tarot. You can find it on in my bio. The King of Swords is coming up in your energy. You are your sign. You are coming in with truth, logic, standing firm and very secure. You're very secure about yourself, okay? Which I love that energy of the King of Swords. It's like you made a decision, you're starting to see clear, and you're making a choice. But the challenge is it's a silence. It's like the High Priestess is saying, like, there's some secrets, there's things that are hidden, but there is a sense of being still right now, really no communication here. Whoever's coming towards you, there's some delays about moving forward. Yeah, this was like some type of betrayal. Okay. Something that either ended painfully, or for some of you guys, you feel like somebody betrayed you in some way. Maybe a hard ending here. King of Pentacles is coming in their thoughts, and then now they're, okay, so they're the ones that are feeling the Five of Pentacles energy. Definitely feeling that. They are feeling left out in the cold. It's becoming very hard. They're feeling some type of lack in their life. The Eight of Pentacles is coming through with the Four of Swords. Now this is about solitude and healing, and we're going to see what's going on. So the Queen of Cups is coming through, which I love to see the Queen of Cups, because this is telling me like underneath, like what's hidden is that you were using your intuition and something did not feel like this person was good enough for you. Like they weren't enough for you in some way, even though how hard you tried pushing through and trying to make something work and trying to, you know, collaborate or try to communicate with this person. It was just like, your intuition was like nudging you. Like this just doesn't feel good. Like this is what your energy was rejecting. Okay. You were rejecting this type of person. King of Swords. Yeah, it looks like you're already moving forward. Ooh, we have the Tower. Yeah, it's like you see that something was divine, because the Tower doesn't just come up for no reason. The Tower is saying that something happened within the connection to where it was either built on like shaky grounds. So usually when the Tower comes in, this is the inevitable. Sudden changes happen, but also comes in an awakening and transformation. Okay, so where I'm seeing is that something made you see very clearly, where at first it was like, okay, there's a lot of sadness. There was maybe like unrealistic expectations are something to the point where clarity is coming in because of like this feeling of like whatever illusions that were created within this connection, it's breaking down now. You're starting to see it. Like the walls are coming down for you to see behind the veil. This person has a 10 of Swords in the reverse with the Queen of Wands and the 8 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Okay, this person is seeing you in your power. They're seeing you standing strong, very confident. They're still attracted to you, but they feel like they can't do anything to really fix the situation. They feel completely left in the dark when it comes to like the truth or trying to conversate. They're the ones that are feeling very rejected, but it feels like this energy is like they feel like you walked away with confidence, like in your power. So they're seeing a glow up, or they're seeing something within you, like where they feel like it's really hard to move forward because of how you're like being now. Okay, maybe they thought at the time that they were the one that was, you know, that they had you wrapped around their finger for a minute. And then you just kind of showed them like, no, once I see something, once I see the truth, there's really no going back. So there's something here where you feel like you saw the truth in. This is a very overwhelmed energy. When you have the 2 of Pentacles, it's kind of going back and forth. So it's like trying to adapt. So this person is like trying to adapt to the silence, but I just feel like this is just, they're having a hard time with the lack of attention. Okay, so this could be regardless, because they're already coming in as a poor team player. So how are they going to build with anybody? You know, it's not just in your case. It could be within their life too. We're going to see that King of Pentacles right now. There's this Strength card. Okay. This Tower really weakened this person, or this ending, or this like betrayal really weakened everything. They feel like they cannot come back from something. They have a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of raw emotions underneath their mask, or whatever how they want to be looked at, but they have like zero control on how this plays out. So they're feeling a bit defeated in the past as to why it's like the silence is really, whatever this silence is, or whatever is happening, it's not working out for them. They feel very out of balance, and they feel like they can't really do anything or come back from it anyways. And they're like, you are already moving on, and that's why they're probably feeling it so heavily. Yeah, this person thinks that they feel completely rejected by you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this person feels the rejection because of how you're standing, the decisions you're making, how secure you are as a person, and how you see the situation now after the Tower occurred. So the Tower really brought, or is bringing, depending on where you're at, again, a lot of clarity for you to make this solid decision for yourself. And you're going to stand in this confidence that this person knows they cannot shake out of you. 7 of Coins. It doesn't look like they're investing. This is a person who's very intimidated. They still have hope, but like for you to come to them. But for them, it's going to take a lot of courage for them to come to you. It's not going to be like their old ways of trying to come back into your life, or their old patterns, or how they think they can come in. This person knows that you're different now, that you're seeing things differently. They feel it. They just know. So for them to even like come through, they don't even know how to approach you. They don't know how to be vulnerable. They just feel like it's completely like out of their control in a way. They feel defeated. They feel a lot of self-doubt. They feel very weak, and they're at the 10 of Swords. So it's just like, okay, the damage is done, and I don't know what to do now. They probably expected, you know, some turn of events that like you would come to them in some way. But I feel like right now this person is like starting to see like they may be hitting rock bottom, but they're trying to come up from this. And it's very hard because they're so overwhelmed. This person may be going somewhere or leaving something with the 4 of Wands. That's home, family, stability. Something's shaking up their home, their stability, their friends and family dynamic. Like there's something going on. It feels like they're really not investing in really much. Like nothing's really growing for this person in general, what I'm feeling. There's a lot of delays and they just kind of don't know what to do. Yeah, this connection is really, really taking a toll on them. This separation, this breakup, this being apart from you. And the Empress is like no longer giving that love. There's no more like feelings of growth. And they're sitting in this like heartbreak and just having hope that something will change without doing any, or without putting in the effort. But then we see the Eight of Pentacles. Someone is really, really sad. In the near future, I am seeing, from the time you see this, there may be something here, something about balance. Someone wants to bring balance. There's a very sad energy that's starting to feel very overwhelmed about this connection and no progress or moving forward. The Fool is telling me that this is very reckless. So this can happen. If somebody wants to come in and like try to bring something to balance, it's coming from a place of regret, not change. It's coming from a place of like, you know, like they're kind of giving themselves false hope in a way. I'm not sure if that worked for them before, but it just feels like something here is delaying. Temperance is here in the reverse too. Interesting. Yeah. This person's starting to get starting to get impatient in the near future because nothing's moving, nothing's coming in. And that's why I'm kind of seeing like something's aligning here. So if you are kind of waiting for a message, there's a sense of them going off emotion, and that can happen at any time. They could hold themselves back. They seem very up and down. It's like they have this given up energy, and then they have this hope, and then they're not putting in the effort, but then you see this impatience coming in, building up in them. And then there's an offer of some type of like Ace of Cups, like some type of renewal or newfound of emotion as time's passing, as to why somebody here wants to bring something to balance. The outcome of like where this can lead is the Four of Swords. Whoa, Tower kind of peeked out through there. King of Coins. This person doesn't seem to be taking accountability for nothing. Okay, I feel like with this energy, they are very unstable. They don't even really know how to manage emotions, stability. They lack a lot in their home right now. They're not even able to give to themselves more than anyone else. This person is really in a place of the Knight of Coins. So where this is leading is literally separation due to their stability and their foundations. They're resisting change. Okay, this is telling me that this person is not moving because of fear. So that's why it's like stuck. And for them to come in, they would need to take accountability. They would need to, like, this is going to be stuck with them if they do not move. Okay, so they can go ahead and do whatever they're doing, but it's not working. There's a need for some justice here. Justice needs to be served, and this person is being dishonest and taking lack of accountability, which is only causing more harm to them and creating karmic debt. Okay, so to be honest, this, for you guys wanting to see if this is really going to go anywhere, it's just showing a very stagnant energy. Someone who's like this with just life, connections, friendships, family, work, whatever it is. Okay, it's just it's like an inaction. They're not taking, because of justice, they're not taking accountability. So what happens? Karma starts building up until they face something. And for that to face, things will balance for them or for situations. And right now they are choosing to still an injustice in this situation. Their fear is what's holding them back here, you guys. Their fear of like what could be, or them not wanting to like take action and like face things head on. This is a person who kind of goes away and hopefully space or will heal things. Like, no, our time, that's not going to work. This is like spirits even saying, no, that's not working with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This person's up in their head. There's a lot of anxiety and they're sticking in it. They're stuck in it. So right now, how this is playing out is really in action because there's accountability involved. Okay. Yeah, this person's stuck. They are stuck. And also, like, when you have the Six of Wands and the, like, this, when Six of Wands comes up in the reverse, this is them feeling blocked. They're feeling completely blocked by their own fear in their own mind. And then on top of that, you have the Wheel of Fortune coming in after that. Like, hey, they are stuck. This is completely out of your control. We're going to be handling this person from now on. Like, they owe us. They're in debt, okay? They're wanted. I always say wanted from the universe, because it's just like, you think that people think they're going to get away with stuff like this. No, if you don't take accountability or even look in the mirror or try to face things head on, and this is how you handle life and situations, what do you think is going to grow? Nothing's going to grow. It takes hard work, communication, taking accountability, creating good habits, facing your fears, to get to the next level of your life even, right? Going within, doing that spiritual work. And this person is just staying stuck. They just want to be stuck. Yeah, it's resistance, because they're clinging on to control. It's just, in spirit saying they have no control. So here you are going, you're going. Whoa. I don't know what I want. I still have growing to do. Yeah, we see that. I'm just going to grab all the cards out right now. They're being forced, though. That's why they're in their head so much. That's why they're losing sleep, because they're being forced to confront something and they're resisting it, and it's making them miserable. Please accept my apology so we can move past this. This is the untold messages of the heart. This is what they're not saying. They want to see you. I have a hard time trusting anyone. I'm doing just fine on my own. Thinking about you makes me emotional, and I want to open up to you about how I'm feeling. They want to, they're not doing it right now. I was pretending to be someone else. One-sided relationship. That's where that team player thing comes in, right? This part. It's felt really one-sided. You may have been doing all the work. Some way, shape, or form. Obstacles. Mental health. Something's affecting mental health. I know what I'm doing. I play dumb to keep you confused. You're not confusing anybody. They're the ones that are acting like that. This is very immature. Like, I just can't. I can't. With that card, when I see that card, I'm just like, oh, you know what you're doing, right? Okay. Yeah. Well, the universe knows exactly what you're doing. You have zero control. What you're doing doesn't even work. So who's the dummy in the end, right? Like, that's what I feel for this person. Some people just don't want to grow. They don't want to admit things. They just want to stay stuck, and they want other people to do all the work. And I think you've done enough work. Delay making a decision. Choose wisely. Spirit type. Choose wisely. You learn a secret. Oh, really? So you're going to find something out. Time for a cleanse, release, replenishment. Oh my God, I spit. Sorry. Generosity will be rewarded. I love that in false impression, fool's gold. So someone was pretending to be someone they weren't. Okay. Or they were like, there's certain things people do to keep us in a loop or patterns. And, it's that benefit of the doubt. Sometimes we think like, okay, well, they don't mean it that way, or this, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, however. And that can keep us, continuing to be in some type of pattern with energies. But for right now, Spirit's like, you're about to learn a secret, or you have already, and it's time for a cleanse. We have 555, 777, 1111. So I'm going to leave this here for you. I do hope this message did help and bring some clarity. And if it did, please like and subscribe. Be careful with scammers. I would never DM you for a reading, okay, on any of my platforms. God bless.